rolled into moose camp, and it's 3 o'clock in the morning, but I don't think we're gonna sleep that much, so it should be fun. Alright guys, so this is kind of the first part to our moose hunting video, but it's our first day. It's a Saturday. We didn't sleep last night. We rolled into camp at like 3:30, and then we went to the lake for a swim till about 4:30, and then we just hung out. Poured rain on us for an hour and a half, and we're just trying to get boots on the ground today and kind of scout. Bit of a shitty start. So yeah, none of us slept last night at all. We just went moose hunting. So yeah, YOLO. We're only here for 4 days, so we use this shitty day to kind of scout, find some good stuff. So we're just doing some hiking, just pumping nutrients into our body, trying to keep the fuel up. But we're gonna sleep good tonight, be in bed by friggin' 7 probably. But yeah, try and get some more footage. It's just hard. The morale's pretty low right now because we're so tired, so it's hard to make videos. But we're moose hunting. All right, Noah, how's day one of the moose hunt going?
There's no moose here. I don't see any, so.
Oh, they're here. We've seen them. They're just not here right now. We'll find them, though. Rolled in here last night around 3 o'clock. And we were out hunting by 5 with no sleep. So we're tired and we're hungry, but we're determined. Just gotta be patient.
Since the first day, we had some pretty gnarly weather. It wasn't great for moose hunting. It was kind of overcast and rainy. We used that to kind of scout some spots that we had previously hunted. And this is one of the clear cuts we found the freshest sign in. It was completely overgrown. It's a huge space. It's not ideal for archery hunting cow moose. But we had to go off of what we knew. And we knew there was a previous track from the night before in this cut going up the road, a cow and a calf. So we hunted it. Morning guys, day 2 of the moose hunt. Yesterday we kind of used our time to scout and stuff, but we had really heavy rainfall that morning, so all the tracks and the fresh sign was wiped. So today we're going off of some fresh tracks from yesterday that we found, but we're hunting a huge overgrown cut, so it's massive. It's really hard to cover ground. It's really hard to see. So we're trying to get up to vantage points and just kind of wait and glass and stuff, because all this vegetation's like over our heads, so it's not ideal. But it's the only thing we're going off of right now. We were ATVing all over the place yesterday, checking out different cuts and different areas, but they all held sign, but not good stuff, not fresh stuff. So yeah,
This is gonna be a tough one. But there's always a chance.
Josh, how was the morning, buds?
It was a nice morning.
Yeah, it was.
Nice
Fog
foggy,
lifted.
but didn't see anything. Saw some game trails and some grousing, but that's about it for me.
Yeah. Yeah, there's lots of little highways through that stuff. It's just it's way too tall to hunt. If we can't see them, we can't shoot them. So we got to come up with a different plan.
Let's go travel.
Yeah, we got to cover ground. So after an unsuccessful morning hunt, we all decided to head back to camp and regroup. We needed to find a new spot, new land to hunt. This was too overgrown and too big for us to bow hunt.
So, what's going on?
Well, just got back from a very disappointing morning. It was nice, but we went up to an overgrown cut and there's fresh tracks, but you can't hunt something you can't see. We did a bunch of hiking around. Then we drove to some new cuts. They're super fresh, so I'd say they're a little premature, but the moose are moving through it. So it's a point A to point B kind of thing between water source and food source. So we might get a couple guys there, might get a couple guys around the water source. And we're gonna see how it pans out tonight, I think. So we might bring the climbing stand just to get somebody up top and get some eyes on them and see if we can't work out a game plan to cut them off. Because it's archery season, you gotta get close for them. Well, we came up with a game plan to hunt those two new cuts that we found on our way back. After a full belly of food and some ideas and some plans, we decided to act them. We had to keep moving, seeing as we only have 4 days to get the job done. After getting into this new clear cut, we instantly found a bunch of cow tracks leading down into this dry swamp. We figured she was bedded down there, so we made a plan to get all 4 guys to make a kill box around the dry swamp. If one of them got winded, hopefully it would bump the cow out to us. Now we sat there for a good 3 hours, giving our best moose calls, and then we started to walk around to find out what we had around us. Try to do some investigating. Now, if you know anything about moose hunting, you know why would he be doing a cow call if he's cow hunting? Now, our theory was if we could get any sort of movement, even out of bulls, if we could call some bulls in, at least we would have an idea of where the moose are bedding and where they're moving to. It might just give us a little bit more information if we can get a bull to come out. Because where there's bulls, there had to be cows, in theory. And for those that aren't familiar with moose hunting, if you do a cow moose call, you tend to draw the bulls towards you. If you have a bull tag, that's great. If you don't, you're shit out of luck. So we're trying to shoot a cow, which is a female, and there's no way of really calling them in.
Times to get desperate, so that's what we're doing. Josh, how many sausages have you consumed in the last 3 days?
Sausages only. This'll make 3.
What?
But hot dogs. Probably 6 or 8 hot dogs.
Well, we just got into the cut I was in last night. It's a little bit late. You can see a little bit. We got it a little bit late, but we parked the quad just outside the cut. And we didn't get half a minute into walking. And we heard two bulls just going at it. And then they chased each other across the logging road just behind a hill so we couldn't see them. We listened to them smash through the bush, fighting, and then the one pushed the other one out. The one bull still bedded down behind that hill. The other one got pushed up the hill. But I'm back at the spot I was at calling last night, and where I was calling right now, 2 sets of bull tracks. So the calls work, apparently, or it was coincidence, but 2 bull tracks here. 2 separate sets, and then a new set of cow tracks, and it dips in halfway up the road. So that's from this morning or last night, which means she's probably bedded down in that dry swamp there, which means we're gonna make a plan of attack and go in after. We got good wind for it too, so this might turn out to be something here.
Ourselves into position here. I just walked through the middle of the river back behind me just to kind of cover my noise. Dawson's just behind me on the other side of this dry swamp. And based on what happened this morning, we think this is where they escaped us. They came down. They skirted this whole tree line. They came in right back behind me and did a big loop back up into the cuts up there. So we have a couple guys in the area just kind of stirring stuff up, and Dawson and I are sitting just hoping to cut something off. So give her a go. Just missed him again. 2 bulls and a cow. They just skirted us, headed north into the cut where Dawson and Josh were posted up, and got away. They were bedded down in that little dry swamp we had what we thought surrounded. At least we think they did. I heard a cow jump into the water about 100 yards to my left, and I guess they had circled back and shot north. So I'm back in this second cut where I've been spending most of my time, and I'm just ripping cow calls in the north direction to try and get them to circle back, and those guys will be waiting for them. But it's getting late. Probably got half hour of light left. Hope for the best. Day 4. Evening hunt. Still no moose. But back in the same spot where we're very confident is where they want to be. So we kind of came up with a different plan this time. Still kind of a push last drive, but from the opposite end of where we've been doing so. So I'm in the first cut now, and this is where most of the action's taken place the last 3 days as far as moose escaping us and moving through. So like I said, we're only here for 4 days. This is our last day. We'll be out of here early tomorrow. Probably still ready to shoot a moose need be. But hoping for a miracle tonight. But it's happened before, so we're hopeful. Always hopeful. Wish us luck. We'll check in with you guys again later.
So, Gurgis, I got him on the radio. He's got a cow at 100 yards. And that kid's deadly out. He's good out to 80. So that's, he's got to get closer, but it's hard. These clear cut, they're noisy. Everything's noisy. If she gets his wind, she's gone, but we kind of have a box set up. So at least he laid eyes on her, which is good. But we're running out of daylight, and we got to be able to move on her quick if we have to do a second setup. So, oh boy, this is the last night we have done. We're leaving in the morning, so if we shoot this thing, we're not sleeping tonight. We gotta go find her, back her out, and hang her for the night.
Well, guys, it happened just like I thought it would work out. She was just 20 yards too far. She was out of my range. I was looking down at the dry swamp. Down here, she came behind that little hill right across. Stood right in the middle of the road. Didn't break a single stick coming out of there. I looked over my shoulder. Boom. Right there. Ranged her at 100 yards. Tried to get downwind of her. And she spooked. She headed up in here. So we got Dawson, who's in there now. He's gonna try and make a little push around this backside. That tree line is all private land, so we can't go back in there. But we're hoping that he pushes and she either cuts out towards me here on the road, if she's still hanging up there, or she's doing what she's been doing the last 3 days, is just doing these giant loops. And then we got Josh posted up over there in that timber line. 2 years in a row that this has happened. She pops out, try to get your shot, boom, gone. I mean, this time she was within, or wasn't within shooting range, but 20 yards too far. Right there, just like we planned. But I've got an hour of light left, so now we're just sitting tight. We'll see what happens. Last day. Seems like it always goes like this.
Although we were unsuccessful in filling our moose tag, we did have a great time. We learned a lot. It seems that every time we hunt cows with a bow, we learn more and more about the animal. There was also no lack of trying. Everybody put in so much work and effort pushing bush and tromping through trails and streams and creeks, just trying to figure out these animals. Once we did find where they were, it seemed to get more and more clear on what we need to do and what kind of game plan we need to come up with. All right, guys. So we're just leaving the moose hunt. Got my coffee. I'm gonna spill on the way out, like usual. Yeah, it was a tough hunt. It was good. Kurt had an opportunity last night. He had a cow at 100 yards, and then we tracked her for a bit, but she looped back around. She knew what was up, so she dipped. Yeah, we were pushing moose all around like crazy, and we found out where they were, which was good. But getting wind right and everything was quite difficult. But yeah, we had some bear hit the bait yesterday and the day before, but obviously we wanted to fill our moose tag first, which we didn't. But overall, it was a good hunt. I mean, yeah, it doesn't always happen the way you want it, but yeah, that's just how it goes. I mean, whatever. It was a good time. And I have my hunterage on right now because we're still hunting essentially. On the way out, I mean, if we see a cow poke out or if I see any grouse, I'm still going to try and put meat in the freezer. So always be prepared. I got the crossbow right in the back seat here, and I got bullets beside me. I got my 410 here, so you know, be prepared. So if the opportunity does arise, that you can capitalize on it. Because if you're not prepared for it, then that opportunity just passes you by. So.
What'd you get?
That's a big grouse. I had to.
Snack for the ride home. It's quite the outfit you got going on there.
Thanks for watching, guys. There'll be an extended version of this coming out. We have tons and tons of footage to share with you guys. It was an awesome hunt. Thanks for tuning in. Let us know, like, comment, subscribe. We'd love to hear what your cow archery hunts have looked like and consisted of. So yeah, cheers till next time.